This week on An Explanation, we cover the topic of digital poverty and how it's affecting our youth. So, is there a way to implement help for them? Well, we're going to head down to South Melbourne Albert Park and see how we've implemented a solution.
My name's Yen, and I'm running the RoboBus program with Father Bob Maguire Foundation. I'm here today to share with you and to the public about this project that is reaching children for STEM education. STEM education actually stands for the science, technology, engineering, sometimes the arts and maths subjects. And we're looking to break digital poverty amongst young people by introducing them to these topics in a very hands-on way on a beautiful creative bus that we've decorated, and we have kitted out with all the amazing technology and robotics for children. We are at the Albert Park Lake Centre, and we've got the Melbourne Indigenous transition students coming in. They're going to be having a hands-on experiment with MBOTs. They'll be putting them together, understanding all the intricacies of a robot. Then they'll be having a little bit of fun with National Science Week with rockets. STEM education is important for Indigenous communities because Indigenous communities lack the resources and access to learn these subjects. They usually are in rural areas of Australia, and they don't have the facilities or the resources to really learn these subjects in an interesting and hands-on way. So we make sure that the Indigenous students have a really great time and they get into the education and learn with their hands. This program runs for 90 minutes and we have a 7-week course with the Indigenous Transition School, and we're really looking forward to helping them understand robotics and coding.
My name's Rosemary Cosentino. I'm the principal of South Melbourne Park Primary School, a brand new school that just opened its doors early this year. STEM education is really important for children. We're told that now 75% of the jobs that these children of today, when they're out in the workforce, are going to require STEM skills. So it's really important that they are introduced to STEM skills right from even as young as prep children. STEM education is really important because these children are going to be creating their own jobs. So STEM develops skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, creative thinking, so many of what we call the soft skills in preparing children for this future that's really unknown.
See whether we can prove beyond any reasonable doubt that we are able to contribute something to local education.
We certainly can. But you're giving a gift to these young children because there are some that come from underprivileged families, okay?
Yeah.
And
well, it is there. Where is it? Park Towers.
That's right, exactly.
Everything we do, in fact, in our... Because I was in the church there until 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But now we've moved the whole thing.
So we have
the whole aim was to provide care, communication and concern for locals, whether they were rich or poor, because even the rich, you see, are identified as being one of the risk areas for mental health issues.
That's right, exactly.
Because they don't know, they can have all the money in the universe, and if they haven't got meaning, they're poorer than our lot. Our lot oftentimes is richer than they are, with resilience and common sense. Because they have to get out of bed every morning to look after what? The essentials.
That's right.
See what I mean?
So true, very true.
So that's why we're here today, ma'am. And hopefully our relationship will flourish.
Oh, we're thrilled. We really are thrilled. Particularly for us because we're a brand new school and we don't have the resources like some of the more established schools. And to be able to be offering them at least once a week, STEM classes is
lovely.
Wonderful.
Thank you. So, and it's our pleasure and privilege.
No, we're excited.
Thank you.
And the mere fact that they're in a school bus too, or a bus I should say, they're very excited. They thought the bus was going to take them somewhere this morning.
They're going to take them into the, isn't it?
Yeah, I said into the virtual world.
Yeah, the virtual world.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the studios, Father.
Yes, Nick.
It was great to see the RoboBus finally in action.
Oh, yeah, went down to the school, local school.
Yeah.
And they fell in love with it. And we're fortunately in a position to be able to offer them some assistance with this modern digital educational facility called what? STEM. So there you are. That's something that the foundation has got over the last 40 years, thank God. Plus the other one is the camels, of course.
Yeah, well, that was great.
Camels up in the Pyrenees near Ararat. Yeah, so they're two strings, as they say, to our bow.
Yes.
And we'd like the public to be able to let them in on these things because they're meant to be public facilities. And we'll get there with a bit of help from our friends, including fundraising. Yeah.
Well, Yin said something to me briefly. She said, look, if this pans out well in the next 6 months, we're going to look forward to hopefully generating more RoboBuses.
Yeah, you could have RoboBuses all over the places and give some people access to that, what do we say, digital...
poverty.
Yeah, get rid of digital poverty. Because if people can get to wrap their minds and their hands around the digital thing, well, then they may just be able to leapfrog beyond their physical poverty situation. Yep.
Well, Father, it was also great to see the Melbourne Indigenous Transition School students from all around Australia.
Yeah.
They came on the bus a couple of days before the launch at Albert Park Primary
Yeah, that's
School.
good, isn't it, eh?
Yeah. And
Well, that's to put ourselves at the service of the original owners, to whom we are eternally grateful for their blessing
Yes.
in the use of this land. You know, so I mean that's very important to us.
Yes.
And in fact, I think we've even got it on the bus at the back.
Yes.
Pay our respects to the original owners. Oh yeah.
Well, it's fantastic to see them getting hands in action because...
Well, they know things, you see. They know things we don't know.
And they could teach us a thing or two.
They've got more than a thing or two. We know nothing
That's
in
right.
comparison with them.
Yeah.
So we're very grateful for the relationship
Yes, we are.
and blessed to have that relationship.
Well, thank you, Father, for another edition of An
Thank you,
Explanation.
Nick.
And it was great to see an insight, finally, into the RoboBus and our new project Aligned. And until next time, stay tuned for another edition. Take care.